parent, and here's my story. It begins some 17 years ago when our son Eli was only 2 months of age. I responded to an ad that was hanging in our pediatrician's office in Toronto where we live. It was a request for a 2-month-old, very alert control baby for an autism research study at the Autism Research Unit at Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. I responded for a number of reasons, but perhaps because he was a very fussy baby. But mostly I responded out of curiosity. I knew nothing about autism. My background was in business management, but I did know how difficult it was to find volunteers for research. So I took my baby to the Autism Research Unit and we participated in an eye tracking study. There, with Eli in my lap, he stared at multiple digital images moving on a screen. It was our first study in autism research. After that, we went back to the Autism Research Unit at 4 and 6 months of age for repeat visits. And then I didn't think about it for a while. He was just a control baby. Well, when he was 12 months old, my in-laws noticed that he wasn't looking at them. Without hesitation, they expressed concerns about autism. And my husband and I knew that they were onto something. So we went back to our pediatrician and then to the team at the Autism Research Unit, and after much persistence and investigations, we got a formal diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder at the age of 17.5 months old. Now at the time, he was one of the earliest diagnosed with autism at the Hospital for Sick Kids. And on that early September day, the developmental pediatrician handed us a questionnaire and asked us and wanted to know our impressions and what had brought us there. She genuinely was concerned about our point of view and why we had come. This was our second autism research study, but this time not as a control. So I had the opportunity a few weeks after the diagnosis to speak to a leading autism researcher who was able to give me some hope. He said, at this early stage and age, with the right intervention, our child had a chance to manage in the world. So what does that mean, right intervention? What do I do with the hope? It wasn't easy. We had to find interventions that met the specific needs of our child. Our path for intervention, we needed to find with little mentorship at the time. There was no one person or professional out there who could guide us through the emotional roller coaster of an autism diagnosis. I knew that there was an opportunity to be challenged, but we had to find that way. My answer lied in doing things. I know that I learn best by doing things and not fretting. That was the answer for me. My path for understanding autism and navigating the system and understanding the intervention system was through participation in autism research. But it was so much more than that for me. Research participation enabled me to have a voice in the autism science community. By getting involved in autism research studies and sitting on committees, I viewed myself as a partner in the process. The more I got involved, the more I learned. And it gave me some wind in my sails and an opportunity to find a new direction and new hope. So as we got more involved, I quit my job and I pursued the path of understanding the needs of our child and getting more involved in research opportunities. So what did getting involved do for me? What did I take from it? It gave me the opportunity to learn from the best minds in autism research. As I got more involved, and as I participated in research conferences and joined autism research committees and attended meetings, I learned from the best minds and they learned from me. And most importantly, it enabled me to view myself as a parent with a disability, as a parent of a child with a disability, but view myself from a view of a contributor rather than someone who had no hope. I viewed myself as a partner. So what did I learn? What were my lessons that I took away from this? Parents know their children best. That knowledge needs to be channeled in a way that has the most impact. Parents' knowledge informs research, period. Number 2, the confidence I gained from participating in autism research allowed me to be more open, allowed me to take on roles rather than just be a mom. I was able to be a guide, a tutor, a coach for my son. And this helped particularly around talking about the diagnosis with him. Number 3, research participation provides a forum for others to get involved, such as dads and family and friends. You realize you can't do it alone. Number 4, research and research participation doesn't have all the answers. It's only a starting point. It allows you to begin. And lastly, and I think what's most important for me, was that research participation validated my belief that we all have something to offer and contribute. So don't dwell on the why me. Reach high and dig deep and find the spark that allows you to move forward. And perhaps through participation, you will find your way like I did. Thank you.